that you wish were included in the movie but weren't?
Oh my God, Alex, you have
I'm sorry, your outfit is very distracting. Do it slow. Hello.
I kind of have a two-part question, and then one that's just kind of random. What's your favorite fan pairing, and have you read any fan fiction for Repo? Wondering, what does this mean to you, and does that seem vaguely sexual in any way? What's this?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch it. Do it again. Keep doing it.
I know if you really want me to, but...
The other question. Well, you got to keep in mind, I wrote the parents, motherfucker. Grave robber yelling graves in the middle of a highly guarded cemetery is one, to flip off authority, the other's to impress Shiloh. Because who do lost and highly sheltered young girls turn to? Grave robbing rebels, that's who. I suppose that that's my favorite pairing, and I think that's the favorite pairing of the audience as well. Repo, like most operas, the characters are archetypes, and everybody, all the characters, including Grave Robber, including Shiloh, are these sort of almost Jungian, Shakespearean almost, you know, and they're very specific what they represent, what parts of our personalities and psychology. And Grave Robber is definitely the big bad wolf. And Shiloh is definitely Little Red. And there's a reason why that story and that pairing, just in part of our, almost like the fabric of legend, is so popular and so prevalent. So I think, why rock the boat? Shiloh and Grave Robber. You gotta smack it. I mean, every lyric in that song is sexual. You gotta smack it, he's tied up, you're beautiful, a needle into a bug. Thank you, Sean.
What about
It's a beautiful country with a lovely people, and I have no problem with them.
As the president.
Thank you. It's 37 minutes in.
This is more of a question for you personally. How did you feel working with this great cast? I know my favorite, other than you, is Sarah Brightman. I don't know how you felt, and who your favorite was.
Oh, loaded question. Conflict.
Well, I'll start that answer by just saying that Repo, much like as I think for you guys, certainly for the creators of it, it's always been a labor of love. It's never been like a financial payday, for example. And I'm not saying that to be snarky. I'm just saying that that's what it is. And even when it was greenlit as a film, it still was that. Meaning, yes, there were millions of dollars involved, although by Hollywood standards, very, very, very low budget for a film. Especially one that takes place in the future, that has singing from beginning to end and requires orchestrations. I'd like to see a movie like Chicago do it for $5 million. It ain't happening. That said, so even with the cast, even when you have someone like Sarah Brightman, who can make what she probably made for working on Repo for 4 months in one day, at one appearance. And she's worth that, by the way. I'm not, you know, people love her, and for good reasons. She's talented, and also very nice. And sadly, though, that combination doesn't always exist.
Yeah, I know.
So people like Sarah came in, and it wasn't like, Sarah, here's a bunch of money, do our movie. Will you do our movie? How can we toss more money at you to do it? People did it because they read the script and they got it. So everybody involved, from Sarah Brightman to Anthony Head, to Paris Hilton. They did it because they read it and it spoke to them. And as such, I think everybody involved took it as though they were part of a family. And they... Well, someone may have read it to her. I would have broken out the fucking sock puppets. But once she read it or had it read to her, she got it. And it wasn't a question of having to sell. So as such, I enjoyed working with everybody. On a personal level, just as like buddies hanging out, having drinks after shooting, and admiring just their raw talent and sort of masculinity. Partly in a sexual way, but partly like in a, like, yeah. Like in a, you know, I wish my dad was like you. Like, will you throw a ball? Like, can I catch it? You know? It was Anthony Head. So that's all I have for, yeah, a low note. It's so low it turns into a wind. It's the soul wind. Thank you all for coming out. Enjoy the film. Like I said, I'll be there signing whoever wants to come. I'll stay as late as necessary. Happy Halloween and enjoy the film.
After I replaced the props that I dropped. Alright, so enough talk for now. We're about to get to the other thing that you guys came here to see. The new Harry Potter. I love you guys. One more quick announcement before we start. We are doing the show partially as a benefit show for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. Thank you. About a year ago, almost exactly a year ago, we lost one of our cast members to cystic fibrosis, and we've been very involved with the charity ever since. So a portion of tonight's proceeds will go to the charity. We also have a raffle that we were running that I know a lot of you bought tickets for some signed Terrance memorabilia and for some cast memorabilia. So thank you to everybody who donated. Also, if you are interested in our future upcoming shows, special shows, contests, things like that, you can come see a cast member in the lobby after the show. We're taking email addresses for our mailing list. We are also gladly accepting new members into the cast. We got one right there. That one just joined us last week. So if you want to be just as revolting and depraved as we are, please come see me after the show. I'm the chick with the ridiculous eyes, and I will be out in the lobby pimping out my cast after the show. So come see me if you're interested in joining the show. We definitely need people on tech crew and on stage. We'd love to have you. We've got some holes we'd like you to fill. We got a couple positions we'd like you to try. For your monthly pleasure. Without